Welcome to You Like the Pros. I'm Terry Carter. This is our words of wisdom for the week. Thank you for being here, and thank you for helping spread the word to You Like the Pros. Facebook has reached over 1,600 likes, and YouTube is on the way to 500. So really stoked about that. Thank you for all your support. Today we're going to talk about don't judging, or don't judge a book by its cover, which I know is a cliche, but it's something that I get reinforced with all the time being a college professor. But before we get into that, we are live, and I can see any comments, so drop in, say hi, or ask a question, or if you have a similar story, I'd love to hear about it. And if you're not watching this live, it's okay. I'll get back to this, and if you leave a comment, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. First of all, my wife and I have celebrated, we have two anniversaries actually this month. We have a first date anniversary, which is 20 years, and that was earlier last week, and then we have our actual wedding anniversary coming up. But we couldn't wait to give each other the presents, so we exchanged them last night as we had a nice date night away from the kids as they were with Grandpa and Grandma. So my anniversary present was this strap. And it's a nice leather strap, handmade by a biker in North Carolina, really cool guy. And as you can see, it says my name on it. And then it has a cross here for my faith, and then has an S and K for my two kids. So this is very special, and I thank her for that. So the concept with today's words of wisdom is don't judge. And I sit in classes every semester, anywhere from 20 to 50 students. And it's real easy to look at a particular student, maybe the way they're dressed or the way they look, and, try to come up with some, story behind what's going on with that student. Why is one a good student, always there on time, always turns in their work? Why are some always late? Why do some never do their work? So it's just always an interesting section of people you get to meet as a professor. Now, one school I teach at is right in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, and so we get a lot of kids from the local areas. In these areas, South Central and Compton, Inglewood, we get a wide range of students just in those local areas. And they're great classes, a lot of fun, and a lot of energy in those classes. And I think back to a story that I have from a few semesters ago. And I hear a lot of excuses. Any of you that teach on a regular basis, you hear a lot of excuses about, I can't afford the book, I gotta work, I can't get there on time, I had to take care of my kids, I'm waiting for my financial aid, my car broke down. The list goes on and on of why students can't get to class, why can't they do their homework, and why can't they participate. So I've heard it all over the years that I've been teaching. So I had this student, I'm not going to mention his name, but he was a very impressive young man. He was always there on time, and this was a early class. I think it was about 8:45 class. He was always there on time. He always dressed very nice. Button-down shirts, tucked in, ironed pants, sweaters. His hair was always looked like it was combed and put together. And so all semester, he's a very nice kid, like I mentioned, on time, always did his work, good quality work as well. And he came up to me probably about 3/4 of the semester, and he said, "Can you read this for me this is something that's going to go to print, and I just want to go over it to see if there's any kind of mistakes with the wording or anything like that. Yeah, sure, of course, no problem. I'd be more than happy to help you out. So I'm reading this, and this is a short bio on this student's life, and I would say he's about maybe 22 at this point in time. And it's reading, and I'm reading it, and it's grew up in a foster home, had 4 or 5 brothers and sisters, issues with the mom and drugs, the father gone in jail, all the kids being separated and going even to different states, all over in the foster care system at a very early age, and not a whole lot of chance of success, definitely not a lot of money as they're growing up, or even hope. And this kid even grew up in a place called the Bottoms, which in LA we have South Central, which is a fairly low income area as it is, and I guess from what he explained to me is the Bottoms is the worst of the worst. So it's even the worst part of South Central, and this is where they grew up. And through hard work, and he was still living in wasn't a foster home as much as a foster place where just help him out. He was able to go to school, he was able to work. He was able to get all his brothers and sisters communicating again. He found out where they all were, and they were spread out all over the country. He was in the process of working on getting them back as a guardian. He was going to be the guardian of them and getting them all back to LA and under one roof. He was able to get into school, so college, finish his GED, get into school. He's working hard, and in the process, he's going around and lecturing and about his story, low-income area. And when I met him, he was actually missing some classes because he was going up to Sacramento to lobby with some Congress and some different meetings up there to try to help foster kids get a better education system and better circumstances. So as I mentioned, this really blew me away, because you would look at this kid and you would think he just has everything going for him, and he's got all the opportunity in the world, but yet he created all this opportunity through hard work and didn't let the way he looked or his appearance or anything get in the way of what his background was. And so I don't know why I thought of this today. I just was thinking, I remember we had Franco on earlier this week, and we performed a song, and he's legally blind, and it just, different books and podcasts I've been listening to this week have just inspired me, and I was thinking of this particular student. So not only as a professor, and I have to basically every semester just remind myself of this, you don't know what any of these students are going through. I mean, not only students, but just people in general. When you look at them, you have no idea how hard or easy their life can be. So it's taught me to be compassionate towards all people and just understand that I'm not in their shoes. I don't know what they're going through. And that's helped me really become a better teacher and a better person. So I'm looking here. I see a few people have checked in. Chris and Carol and Ian. Hey, Ian. Welcome. First time from the UK. So yeah, today's our words of wisdom. We'll get back to some lessons tomorrow. And Errol's here and gone. So there's our words of wisdom for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a similar story. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to email me or hit me up through Facebook or Messenger. And we'll get back to some lessons tomorrow. So we'll see you in the next video.